You're just waiting at luggage claim. There's a lot of belts here too. There's no shortage of... Yeah, it's a big airport, I guess. Obviously compared to Cairns. Well, first step is over. Now I've just got to wait for my second domestic connection. So I got my grog in hand. So there it is there. Got the gin. The Tanqueray gin. So that was in stock. There was no need to put an order in for that one. I thought it was going to be a horror flight because I was actually right in the middle of a family. They were on the other side of the aisle, and the guy next to me was the father, and he kept fidgeting and looking over at his kid. And, I thought it was going to be an absolute painful flight, but he actually moved to the seat next to his other half, and that was the end of that hassle. So it actually wasn't too bad after that. So it was a relatively good flight, but if he'd stayed there, it just would have been murder, because the last thing I want to be next to is a fidgety passenger, especially when you get some shut-eye. So anyway, I was just waiting for the baggage. I mean, I don't care, it can take hours because I've got so much time. I'm just going to get across to T2, and then it's just a waiting game. I don't think I'll bother going to Mascot. Well, it's 8:30, there's no rush to get the carousel going. Again, I don't really give a stuff because I'm here for hours. So not a worry for me in the slightest. But a bit tardy. They're too bloody fast at Saigon. You basically, every time I go down there, I have to basically pull my luggage from a pile that's taken off the belt, because it takes a while to get through immigration. But back in Oz, and things are going slower. Mind you, it'd be a bit less ramshackle than Bali. That's pretty bad. Not an airport I want to go near again. Oh, well, that was a pretty easy process. I came out of number 6, which I assume is the express luggage exit, and now just got to go and get to T2. Should be a bus down here somewhere, and it's a free service to get you to the domestic terminal. I think it's over here somewhere. It's one of the islands for the one of the bus islands over here, I would think, if I can, my befuddled mind can remember. But anyway, I'm in Sydney, and it's not exactly warm. It's not Cairns, that's for sure. But it's not raining, so I suppose you should be grateful for that. I don't know where this... It's a good... Now let's get some signage. Just see what this signage tells us. There may be some information here. Car parks, taxis, public bus. Well, it's not a public bus, but I think I've got to go down here. I have to rearrange this because it doesn't look that familiar to me, but I think that's where I've got to go to get the shuttle bus between terminals. It's a free bus ride. So, fingers crossed I got that right. Well, trust me to get the directions wrong. I'm going the total opposite way to what I should have done. So I've got to go down here to where there's a tent or something. Again, no rush. Good exercise, I guess. Yeah, my bag's getting a little heavier with that 2 litres of gin added to everything. So, oh, well, it's just good to be here finally. Back in Oz. So I'm happy about that. And I've got to put in my under the tent. Well, that will be there. I don't know. She said at the end of the terminal. Yeah, I wish the signage here was a little better. I've always got it's a bugbear of mine, guess because I've got crappy eyesight too. sort of makes it more important to have decent signage, but I just think it's inadequate. It's not just here, it's everywhere. It doesn't matter, I'll get there. Well, I'm at T2 and I'm pretty quickly discovered that it's just basically the Jetstar terminal, the whole place. Oh, there's Velocity, there is Virgin as well, but basically it's just dedicated to them. And one of the things that really stands out is there's no seating. At the departure area, there's just no seating upstairs at all, which I find extraordinary. And I think this is about the only place there is any, and it's not. Doesn't look like a particularly attractive place to hang around for a few hours. So I might look at alternatives here, because this just doesn't seem to be a really good spot to be at the moment. I'm not going to. I can't imagine me killing sort of 3 hours. Well, no, it's 9:30, I think, so I'm going to kill a lot of hours, and just not viable here. Couldn't think of a worse place to hang around, so yeah, maybe there's some other places around the area. I don't know. I didn't expect this. Not only is no seats, it doesn't appear to be any PowerPoints in the vicinity either, so this is Spartan to say the least. Not good. I could have a coffee here, I suppose, but I've got about 4 or 5 hours to kill because the plane came in on time, of course. It always comes in on time when you don't need it to. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be pretty tough. I don't want to be hanging around here for such a ridiculous time like that. So about 2.5, 3, almost 4 hours I think I'd have to wait before I can check in my luggage. Not good. Right, I think I've actually made some progress. I've found PowerPoints. That's something really important to have here. Quite a few of them next to one another. So what, that wouldn't be a USB one, would it? Oh, I can't believe it. Anyway, I've got PowerPoints, so I can actually charge up my phone and maybe ring the scam line, which I need to do. So that's really good. That was a great little snack. I always liked the veggie chips, and the gin was very, very tasty. But the interesting thing about this is the name of the gin, the company. But look at this label here. I don't think I get it in macro, but I'm wondering if that's supposed to be a pregnant woman or something. I'm not sure. Very strange. Well, it's a hot, wet night in Cairns, and I'm finally back home, and I'm at the public pickup area outside the domestic terminal and just waiting for Steve to arrive and give me a lift back to Kawara. And my gin is intact in my main case, and that's important information. So there you go. A lot of cloud when we came in and landed. Very, very humid, but not super. They said 28 degrees a pilot, but it doesn't feel that bad. But I imagine it's pretty hot during the day. I'm quite used to that in Cairns. Alright, back in the familiar surrounds of Kawara Beach. Very sedate, very damp. There's quite a bit of rain overnight. Nothing particularly monsoonal, but certainly enough to cause lots of puddles in my backyard, which desperately needs a mow. I knew that was going to happen. The grass along the side I thought might even be worse than it is. It's actually not too bad. My lemon tree survived the ordeal. All this rain has actually preserved all my plants anyway. I doubt whether the ferns took too much of a battering. Apparently it's been super, super wet while I've been away, so it was good timing because it was the total opposite in Saigon. It was dry as a bone. So no regrets doing the trip on that level. Of course, I just got a note from some guy, some middle-aged guy, saying that I'm negative and criticising. Complaining is actually the word he used. I said I'm complaining about being in Saigon, as if I've said nothing positive about the trip. I mean, how ridiculous. Sure, I've had a bad run with the bar girls up until a point, and it totally turned. And so that was actually a happy ending in that respect. So that was good, but I had a few challenges with the trip. It wasn't the easiest trip I've been on, but of course it makes good. It's good for the blog. Like the train trip to from Nha Trang to Saigon was a disaster for half of it, because I was next to that woman who was just a pain to be near, and she just obviously didn't want me to be anywhere near her. So that's just the way that was. But I also had a positive experience in the second half. The guy I spoke to, the student, he was a nice guy. So overall, quite a positive result. I mean, it's been a couple of years, and I was wondering how things changed. Some things haven't changed for the better, but that's to be expected. And some things have. So it's just, swings and roundabouts, just life in general. So nothing unusual there. And now I'm going to have my first bus trip for 6 weeks down to beautiful Smithfield. Got to go to the Combank, of course, because I had that. I've got to basically provide ID at the branch regarding the PayPal frauds. There's a guy walking his dog. That's pretty well encapsulates Kawara. That's what Kawara's about, is dog walking. Dog walking capital of FNQ, I'd call it. But yeah, I got a lift back last night, which is much appreciated. There's a lot of locals do use the local pickup. It's quite a big area. It's much bigger than the taxi and the Uber area. But I'm very tired. I still haven't had enough good night's sleep, and so yeah, things will get back to normal hopefully fairly soon. And I've got Good Friday coming up this Friday. I wasn't aware of that until Steve pointed it out, so I had to squeeze in a delivery from Coles. I got $20 off because I spent over $100, which I don't normally do. So used the voucher, and that seems to have gone through okay. So I'll have plenty of food. I'll be more than stock up. One thing I couldn't get from Coles, they didn't even have mineral water listed. There's something weird going on. I couldn't get tonic water or mineral water, which is very strange. But again, the Coles situation is going to be a bit easier now because the bridge is finished. I can actually ride my e-bike to Coles quite easily, and I'll do it much more often. I think it'll be bad weather, but apart from that, it'll be an easy ride, much easier than going up to the highway, and much nicer. So I gather that's been fairly popular from what I've heard from Steve. So that's good. Might get across the road now and wait for the bus. What I'm going to do is just take my groceries back home, and because I've got some frozen veggie stuff, I better put it straight in the freezer. Then I'll take the e-bike up to the shops to get the prescription, hopefully. It seems to be problematic getting these eye drops. I mean, you'd think it's a fairly important type of medication. It prevents glaucoma, so it's not trivial stuff. You'd think that the chemists would be better stocked, but they were out of stock at Smithfield. And you'd think there'd be a busy chemist. So I would have thought that it would actually be a better chance of finding it there. But then again, I thought the same about the Trinity Beach chemist as opposed to Kawara Beach. Kawara Beach chemist is very small, but they seem to have a consistent supply of this particular medication. Maybe the profile of the clients that they have on their books uses that more. I don't know. That's a possibility, I guess. But it'll give me an opportunity to try out the e-bike again. It's been a long time since You know, it's probably been about 7-8 weeks. I don't use it very often, but again, if I do go down there, what I might do is do the whole loop and maybe check out the bridge over Deep Creek, because all I'm going to be getting from this is a tiny applicator for eye drops, so there won't be any weight involved. So that could be good to do. And it's not raining at the moment; it's actually clear now, so that's a possibility. And then the other unpleasant thing I've got to do is contact ComSec, and because I think they might have put a freeze on the share trading. The thing is that it prompts me now to get if I go to NetBank, which I think has also been frozen now because of the conversation I had yesterday on the phone to the scam people at CommBank. I doubt whether I can get into my NetBank at the moment. The manager at the branch, Smithfield branch, made it sound to me as if they've already locked my account down, so they're doing their investigation. They're just waiting for my ID. I think that's what's happening, but I don't think she didn't seem to have much confidence in the way they were operating herself, which sort of makes me feel pretty tenuous about the whole thing. Anyway, maybe after I have a nice cup of coffee, I might feel better. I didn't have any coffee yesterday. I could have at the airport, I guess, but it wouldn't have been cheap. Yeah, I look forward to having my old style Vietnamese hot coffee today, because it's been a while. Yeah, like I said, I've really got no idea when this bus is going to show, so even though I've got the ticket, it could be waiting for ages. Well, that's quite cool here. It's not uncomfortable. It's quite a nice breeze. I'm tempted to wait for it, but I've got a feeling it could be a long wait. It's supposed to be here now, according to my timetable. 4:20 is supposed to be when it's here, yet it's 4:24, so it's a little after. It's worth waiting, you just never know. There have been a few times when I've walked down that road and the bus has showed up, so it's pretty warm, and I've got a couple of bottles of Plonk. I've got 2 bottles of Parsons Paddock for $15. That's $7.50 each. That's cheap. There are some bargains out there. Well, the sale of Jerry that I'm getting delivered, these are litre bottles, and they're only $59. And on top of that, there's a 10% discount. So that's phenomenally cheap for that much decent rum. It's a very good deal. But you can only get these things online, and you've got to be patient. You'll have to wait at least a week through the delivery. And of course, you might end up having to pick it up from the post office, because invariably they don't knock on the door or whatever. They did last time because I complained, but yeah, it can be touch and go. Oh bugger, it's quite pleasant here. I might just wait. I don't want to do that walk in this sort of sticky weather. So like I said, it's supposed to be here by now, so there is some chance it will actually arrive. Yep, well, that's the hint in the background, the sound of the motor mower. That's what I've got to do right now. So I think people are taking any opportunity they can to get their grass down, because it's been so wet. There's still a lot of swampy areas in my backyard I won't touch, but if I put it high up, at least I can chop the heads off a lot of this stuff that's growing too tall. So I might just sort of do a tidy up like that at a high setting, and then I'll wait for the longest spell of dry weather, because it is forecast to rain tomorrow, and make it look pretty. But at the moment, just nice to cut it down to some degree. So I just wonder if I should put I want to do a salad tonight. There's no rush. I could do it after I've got to peel some spuds and then bake them, but I wonder if I should do it before I start mowing. I probably should, but yeah, if I can get a good half hour or so of mowing in, it will take, reduce the jungle to some degree. Excuse me, still got a bit of a cold happening here. Hard to shake from Vietnam. Always get one at the end of the trip. This is my first attempt at having a bike ride since I've come back from overseas a couple of weeks ago, and we'll see how it goes. I just want to check out the bike path, the new bridge over Deep Creek. Looking at my my lime tree here, one thing I've noticed is there's a bit of fruit actually coming up. I can't see it right now, but I saw it the other day. Is it down here? Oh, there they are. Yeah, there they go. So there's some lime there. There's a couple of them coming up. I saw a few flowers a month or two ago, so I thought it was a pretty good chance of fruit would be formed. So we're going to have some viable lime there, which is great. Just hope. Oh God, I think those ants are everywhere on that plant. I think they actually just jumped on my arm and went across to my bike helmet. They're unbelievable. I'll be very careful because there's a couple of ant nests actually on that plant. Maybe I should try to fumigate it, because they caused all sorts of hell for poor old Dale, my handyman, when he got rid of that. He got rid of a tree over there. Anyway, look, this will be a very short trip just to test out my bike helmet, to test out the what my endurance is like, and just have a look at the new bridge. And I've been advised that it could be quite busy there, so we'll see how much traffic there is. It's a Monday, it's a work day, but it's also a school holiday. I've got to get myself a new helmet, I think, because it wobbles a bit, this one. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Ooh, that was a bit unsteady. Both my neighbours are at home. It's unusual. Oh, nice breeze. I'll just take it really quiet. This will be the route I'll take to get to Coles, and I put an order in for Coles delivery tomorrow, and they're still out of stock with sparkling mineral water, even though Steve and Yvonne, my neighbours, have told me that they had it in stock because they went down there the other day. So I don't know what they're playing at. Maybe they're being extra cautious, because in the past they'll list stuff that it actually isn't in stock, and you get scrubbed when you're just before your order's okay. But this time they just say not available. Can't get tonic water either. So it's a bit of a pain. It's nice. Geez, so quiet. It's a wonderful place to bike ride. And a superb day today. The higher humidity, and it's up to about 80 again, but it's a high 20s, so it's not so oppressive. And of course we're riding towards the beach, so a sea breeze might be happening. I don't want to go too far because I've still got a bit crook with the breathing. Had a very bad cough last night for a short time. Anti-cold does the trick, but I thought I got over it around Good Friday, and then it flared up again. Very annoying. And my energy levels have been pretty low overall, so. But I got a bit of stuff done this morning, and I have to do frond duties today, back into that routine of stuffing the bin full of palm fronds. Because I can't I can't mulch a lot of it, not the thick foot part of the frond. It's just too thick to do that. I'll just have to cut it off and put it in the bin. Whew. Yeah, I'm not 100%. There's no way I'd make it to ride up to Clifton Hill Coles, but I'll be okay just to go across the bridge, have a geek, return, and say at least I've done it. Oh God, the bloody bus! I can hear it. It stalks me. I tell you, it really does. There it is. Every time I go for a ride, that bus, it knows I'm on the road, and it says, yep, time to drive past Doug. But you can see how quiet it is here. The bus is about 50% of the traffic I've encountered so far. Excuse me. As I said, I've got a bad cough, so sorry about that. Oh. At least my breathing's not so bad, that's more important. But yeah, anti-coals are cheap and they do the job. And there's a kid on an electric scooter. You see them everywhere around here. and they drive Steve nuts. He's a total health hazard. I'm sure he's not the only one that has that opinion. Now, yeah, I can go up. This is the car park. Go via the car park. I could also have gone via the footpath, but you have to go down the narrow entranceway. That's why I'm avoiding that. So there's the sea. Looks very nice. And apparently the nets are out. Yes, they are. Yep, all the information I've got is correct. There's a bit of landscaping happening down here apparently. And as soon as I get on the bike path, it's people everywhere, so there you go. That's what I've been told. Totally accurate information. Yeah, apparently there's going to be a lot of landscaping taking place here. It's a bit clearer than what I remember. Oh, it's a nice ride. Can't complain. Really good facilities. Nice wide track. Oh, well, I only bumped into people coming near the end. It's actually fairly quiet. Hopefully not congregate on the bridge. That'd be a pain. Although a few people apparently fish from the Deep Creek Bridge. No, it's looking fine. Early in the morning it might be busier. Wow, it's nice to see that thing open. That's a first for me. There you go, the moment of truth. Now we'll have a 9.5 earthquake and the thing will collapse from under me. So, my luck. There you go. Wow, look at that. Nice view too. That is a pretty damn good view, isn't it? Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, that is beautiful. Well, looks like around 10 o'clock in the morning is a good time to come down here. So there's no traffic whatsoever. Oh, very good. Now this will go into Arlington Parade, the very upmarket residential area. There's the rocks protecting the sand, the beach. Oh, that's so good, man. It's no wonder it's popular, because that is just a well overdue infrastructure project if ever there was one. See, there's the places over there, really a very expensive part of the suburb. Clifton Beach is not a cheap suburb at the best of times, but this is probably one of the most expensive parts. Probably looking at $1 million properties, easily more, well, way in excess, similar to what Kawara Street is. I imagine it'd be similar, maybe more. Gee, to get to the Coles is going to take no time at all. I haven't got my backpack on, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But I just wanted to have a ride. It's been so long, at least 2 months since my last ride down here. So you go down here now. If you want, you can switch to the bike path, but it's a twisty, turny bike path, so not really practical for if you want to get from point A to point B, but picturesque, I guess. And again, very quiet. That's the beauty of being around here, especially on a weekday. It's great. So that's a nice wide path there. All right, look, I won't go down any further, but if I go about another K, I'll get down to where the Coles is, down from, well, I'm going to go up to Endeavour Street towards the highway. That's the only traffic I've encountered, the only car, apart from one down Kawara Street. Ah, it's brilliant. Great lifestyle here. Well, very nice. I hope the camera was good, took it all in. I'm using the old Action 3 Osmo camera on 4K, so we'll see how that goes. There's a place that's just being sold. Yeah, not sure what this railing's for. Is that for putting bikes on? I don't know. This big rail that comes out, just squeezing the access, I guess. Unusual design. It's like I say, there's no one here. This is beautiful. This is better than I expected. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.